Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk about my lifestyle and like the changes that I have brought about in my lifestyle, and especially those that have helped me a lot in my fitness journey. So I will start with the lifestyle I had 2 years back, when I had no clue about fitness and what it means to be fit and why is it important to be fit. And the lifestyle I had was extremely unhealthy and it was serving no purpose in my life at all. And also it's a lifestyle that I cannot relate to anymore, because the one that I have now is just like a 360-degree change of what it was 2 years back. So I will take you through a day in my life at that point of time, because it's important to know the routine I used to follow then and the routine I follow now, because they are just opposite of each other. So at that point of time, when I used to wake up in the morning, which would be around 12, which was because I was in a very late night job and I used to return home around 12:30, and then it would take me some time to go off to sleep. So the next day I would wake up around that time, around 12:30 again, and that's when my morning used to start. So there was no breakfast in my life, there was no morning routine in my life. I would straight away have lunch around 2:30, because I had to prepare lunch before that. I was living alone and I did not have anybody to make my food, so I used to do it myself. I would prepare lunch and have it around 2:30, as I said, and yes, that would be my first meal of the day, which is, I think, the most unhealthy habit I had. Then I would quickly take a bath, get ready for work, and then leave for work around 4, because my work used to start from 4:30. So I would usually pack the same food that I used to make for lunch for my dinner as well, and I never practically thought about what would I have in the evening or as an evening snack, because I used to get hungry around that time and then I would binge on anything I could lay my hands on, and it would mostly be outside food, it would mostly be junk. So that was another unhealthy habit I had. I was not conscious about the food I was consuming, I was not conscious about the timings and overall the quality of the food as well. And then my dinner would be pretty late, around like 10:30, 11, when I would be done with most of my work. I had dinner then, and that would either be the food that I would take from home, the same that I had for lunch, or it would also sometimes be from outside. So most of the time I would end up eating outside food, because naturally I wouldn't enjoy the food that I already had for lunch again for dinner. So it was kind of, I felt bored with the same kind of food. So even though I used to pack my food for most of the day, I hardly had it for dinner. I would order from outside, which would again be something really unhealthy and mostly junk. And then after that, I would go back home and directly go off to sleep. There would hardly be any time between my dinner and the time I went off to bed. And that was another unhealthy habit I had developed. Guys, it's really important to, plan meals, plan the meal timings, and also be mindful of the gaps between the meals, which I definitely was not at that point of time. And then another really bad habit I had was that sometimes, due to a lot of work, I had to miss out on dinner when I was in office. But then the hunger used to build up, and when I would come back home around 12:30, I would then have my dinner, and that would be like a huge dinner, which is again very, very unhealthy. We cannot have dinner at 12:30 and then directly go off to sleep. So moving on to another two habits that I had developed, which was affecting my health to a very great extent. One was that I used to drink a lot at that point of time. By drinking, I mean alcohol. And I used to smoke as well. Now, both alcohol and cigarettes, they had started affecting my health. As I have told all of you in my earlier videos that I do have PCOD. I think these two two habits did a lot of harm to my body, my skin, and my hair as well. Though I gave up smoking pretty easily, it was not that difficult for me. I know it is for a lot of people, but I think it's a habit we should give up on, because it somehow or the other affects our health. Coming to drinking, I do drink even now, but then in very very small quantities, and maybe once in 2 weeks, or sometimes like once in 3 weeks also. It's something that I take in rarely, but it's not something that I have given up on. I did for a couple of months when I was looking at losing a certain amount of weight, because alcohol is high in calories. So yeah, these are the two habits that were affecting my health as well. Another thing, guys, is physical activity. It's something that was absolutely alien to me at that point of time, because considering the kind of lifestyle I was leading, physical activity was almost absent, because I used to wake up late and then I used to go to work where I would sit on a chair for like straight 7-8 hours. I would get up in between and move a little, but then that's very limited. So yeah, physical activity was something that was absent in my life, and that has been a huge lifestyle change, because now I look for physical activity in everything I do. Now I try to move around as much as possible. I do exercise, I do work out on a daily basis, but then you need to be physically active throughout the day. So that was pretty much the lifestyle I had at that point of time, and now I will take you through my current life. So before I take you through my present life, I want to tell you that I still have the same job, I still have the same timings, I do have a late night job, and I do come back home pretty much late, but then I have managed to change my lifestyle a lot, even with the same work timings. So the main reason why I'm saying this is that you can bring about positive changes in your life. You can build good habits if you really intend on doing it. So now I usually wake up around 9:30 in the morning. Then it takes me like half an hour, 45 minutes to get out of that sleep mode. And then I start my day with a morning routine. It's either a glass of warm water, or sometimes I put like, half a lemon and a spoon of honey in it. And that's how I start my day. I have it on empty stomach. Then I prepare my breakfast. I will share with all of you guys my meal plans and the kind of food I have, but for now I will just take you through the lifestyle changes. My breakfast is around 10:30, and then I get into a little bit of housework, or something else that I want to do, so that I have a bit of physical activity around that time as well. And then I move on to my workout. I exercise for around 45 minutes to 1 hour. After I exercise, I do take a rest for a couple of minutes, like about 20 minutes, and then I quickly take a bath and go for my lunch. So my lunch is usually around 2:30, because after that I need to get ready for work. So another major change that I have brought about is the fact that I pack both my evening snack and my dinner. I'm definitely more mindful about the food that I have now. My meal timings, my meal plans, the gaps between meals, my sleep timing, the time I wake up, everything has to be taken into consideration. After I reach work, I'm usually hungry around 6:30. That's when I have my evening tea and the snack that I carry from home. And then I have my dinner around 9:30. Yes, that's the latest I do at this moment. It should usually be much earlier in the evening, but then that timing kind of suits my schedule, because I am at work at that point of time. It's not always possible to have dinner that early, but I guess 9:30 works really well for me. And my dinner is also the lightest meal of the day. I prefer it to be that way. And also after dinner I have a comfortable 2.5 hours, rather more than that, before I go off to bed. And that gap is really important. I think it's been one of the most challenging changes in my life to have dinner early and to have that much of gap between dinner and the time I go off to sleep, and also having a light dinner, because usually earlier my dinner used to be really heavy, and so I used to feel completely satiated and face no problem at all. But when I started developing the habit of having a light dinner, the primary problem I used to face was that by the time I would reach home around 12:30, I would get really hungry. So to solve that problem, what I usually do is that if I've not had like a fruit in the evening, I would go for a fruit. You can pick up anything you like, all of them are healthy. Or I go for Greek yogurt or maybe some nuts. So yeah, you could go for these food items if you really feel hungry around that time, and if you feel that it's difficult for you to sleep. So yeah, pretty much that's the lifestyle I'll follow now. As you can see, it's completely different from what I used to do 2 years back. The lifestyle change has played a major role in my health and fitness journey. It has helped me overcome the health problems I had developed around that time, and it has also bettered my health in totality. Like, I feel so much better in this current lifestyle, and I think a lot of it depends on the kind of habits we develop, on the kind of lifestyle we lead, because mostly the health problems that we face today are because of our lifestyle. So I hope all of you have got the idea that it's very important to have a healthy lifestyle, to lead a healthy life, and to become fit. So please do take care of that and be mindful of all the details I spoke about. Hope all of you are enjoying my content, and I'm not sure whether I'm being able to motivate you guys to aspire for a healthier and fitter life, but I am trying my best, and I will continue sharing all that I have learned over these years and all that I continue learning. So please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Till then, bye. Love you all.